Kai, Pierson, good to see you both. Welcome to Popternative.
Great to see you, man. Thank you.
Thank
Pierson, I
you.
was so excited because I remember like getting like I seen like the cast announcements and reading a bit about like the synopsis of this film and everything, and I was pumped because this is like my wheelhouse. Like I love this. What was it like kind of seeing that kind of blend of like the summer camp horror movie aspect with the sci-fi kind of twists and turns in the script for this specifically? Like just even before filming it, like just reading it.
Oh man, reading the script was a thrill ride on its own because you start it and you think it's one thing, and then all of a sudden the first twist happens, and the next twist happens, and you're like, oh, this is a ride I was not expecting to get on.
Yeah.
And yeah, it definitely made me very excited to throw myself into it. If I can give an analogy, it's kind of like opening up a pomegranate in a lot of ways, where you just don't know what to expect. Right?
Yeah.
There's just so many things it's crazy. It's absolutely insane. A dumb analogy, but it's one nonetheless.
No, it's a really great analogy. Absolutely, it just reminds me of remember the Shrek with the whole onions have layers. It just reminds me of that.
Yeah, exactly.
Absolutely. Kai, it's interesting, right? I just want to know, Kai, like getting the script for this specifically is really exciting, right? And then you actually go and film it, so to speak. What was it like kind of going like that first couple of days on set, like going to film a horror movie at a time where they've always been around, but there's a real big popularity for the genre right now? Like, what was that like for you specifically?
Yeah, I mean, it was nothing like I'd ever done before. I mean, it was so fun. I mean, my first few days were pretty intense, fun scenes. Not gonna say too much, but some bloody stuff. That was amazing. I was not expecting that to be one of the first things I did, but it was so cool, and I feel like it really set me up for that zone of being there. So it was so good. And and like Pearson said, the storyline, it's crazy. It's so fun. So getting to film it was really unique and really, really cool. So
Absolutely. Now, Pearson, we're not going to kind of waste any time. Your character is kind of the worst when we meet him. This guy just thinks he is just this guy, let me tell you.
Love to hate him. Love to hate
I
him.
was trying to think of like, did I ever have camp counselors that came off like that? I'm like, I don't think so. No, like I don't think
No.
camp counselors are supposed to be like that.
Not at all. He would be the worst person to ever exist as a camp counselor. While fun, terrifying.
Yeah, so I'm wondering for you, like being in kind of that situation where like you know how it is, right? And in this film, I don't want to go into there are some blurry characters in this film, and I feel like it makes sense what I'm saying this because there are like kind of twists and turns. But like, what was it like for you where it's like we just meet your character and instantly it's like, okay, we know what's going on with this character? Because it's different, right? Because that's not the case for other characters, right? But yours is just blatant like a jerk, right?
Yeah, absolutely. No, it was super fun. I mean, listen, getting to play kind of like a villain character in general is usually loosely the most fun because there's kind of nothing off limits for you.
Yeah.
But at the same time, Caswar had a bit of an element of like, and I use this analogy a lot, but he's very sweet with his girlfriend, and then all of a sudden he's just like a menace to society.
Yeah, for sure.
And I think that's a really fun contrast to play because it happens in the same scene.
Yeah.
You know, he's being so rude to everybody, and then just like twists out. He's like, "Oh, you look great." You know, it's like it's fun and it's funny and it's ridiculous. But like, yeah, you should never hire Caswar to counsel at any normal camp, but horror camp, yes.
Dude, the whole like name tag doink thing, man, that's like one of my favorite scenes of all time. Like I was actually like that was because you know what was funny about that scene, and I would love to talk to like the editors about this or the writers, is like I kind of read doink on the name tag too. If that
Yeah. Yeah, no, that's a total writer and Daniel direction thing. But then from there, that's honestly where I gathered a lot of my like direct. I was like, oh, this is Caswar right here. This moment is definitely, I see it.
Oh, it's a big scene.
You know?
It's kind of the first kind of introduction to who this. Yeah, absolutely. It's a big. It's in the beginning of the movie, but it is a big scene for that for sure. Like for the development, absolutely.
And Max
go
is so good in that scene, and he's a phenomenal improv. It's such a talented kid. But I mean, to pass it back to Kai, like her arc in this movie is phenomenal.
Yeah.
And so yeah, she takes the cake for all of it.
Well, it's interesting too, right? Because Kai, we meet your character, and it's like, he becomes friends with Q's character, and they kind of chat a little bit, and they kind of both seem to be in different kind of situations in their kind of lives at this camp, right? You know what I mean? Where he's kind of just thrown in by his parents. You have some friends and you're just happy to be there. So I'm wondering, like, what was it like kind of specifically having those scenes with Q specifically? Because I feel like those were some big scenes for the character development of your character. Like we talked about Pierson's development. What about that for your development of your character?
Yeah, I mean, Q and I got really close even before we started filming. We would, go around town together having fun. So we were already really close. And getting to be on set with him and do those scenes too, were really fun. And I mean, as we can see, it's not Pilar's first year at Camp Almar, but I think she feels very bonded to Morgan, and that's really great because we really felt that in real life. All
Mhm.
those kids, it was so great together. So
Yeah,
getting to portray all that was amazing.
absolutely. Pierce, I know it's like a one step at a time situation with this, like in terms of
Uh-huh.
processing everything, right? Like I know we gotta wait. Like this is a big question that you're probably gonna think about in like a couple of months because we have to wait for the movie to go be seen in theaters first. But it's
Yeah.
cool, right? Because in horror movies, there's like subgenres, right? There's like the summer
Mhm.
camp movies, and then there's like the dinner
Yeah.
party gone wrong movies. Is it cool
Yeah.
to think about the fact that you're part of like a movie that can live on in these like fun, spooky season or summertime kind of marathons of these like summer camp horror movies? Like I think about that a lot. I'm wondering if you think about that. It's pretty cool to think about that.
Dude, that's like one of my favorite things.
Yeah.
Being a horror fanatic myself, I watch Friday the 13th. I watch Halloween. I watch, again, this is a deep cut, but Pumpkinhead or like those kinds of things. But and then The Conjuring, like those are annual watches for me where I get
Yeah.
excited about gathering all of my friends. And it doesn't matter if it's bad or good, it's just fun. And like for that to exist forever in the ether now, it's fantastic.
Yeah, I'm a filmmaker as well, and I had a short horror film that premiered at Screamfest in last year
Awesome.
at the Chinese theater. So it's like it's the coolest genre right now. It's so much fun. Kai, is it a fun genre to play in, or is it a bit intimidating sometimes? Because there is a lot that happens, and it's like intense. Like I know it's like a lot of post production stuff for the jump scares and everything, but I'm sure it's scary sometimes filming some scenes.
I mean, it can be because at times it can also feel so real, especially when the actors around you are so good. But it was really, really fun. And I really love to do things like this, of course, too. Um, Obviously, very unique concept, very, very fun. So it was so cool to get to do something new like this. I've never gotten to do some things like this so different. So it was really amazing. I had a great time getting to do this with everyone.
Pearson,
And she
oh,
crushed it.
so good. Did it feel sometimes, Pearson, like your character, like kind of you mentioned it was very interesting, but he's different around his girlfriend and then everyone else. But he's kind of a little different with the kids compared to all the other counselors as well. Like I feel like he's
Yeah.
mean to the kids in a certain way that he's not mean to like he's mean like to Maxwell Whittington-Cooper's character differently than he
Mhm.
is with the kids, right? Did that sometimes
Yeah.
feel like diving into like a different character at times? Like I'm just curious about that, like a little bit.
Yeah, absolutely. I think it's the same way we interact in all relationships where like, sometimes with certain friends, we act a certain way. It's the bit of that chameleon energy where he feels a certain way about the other counselors around him and their role inside of this larger story, and his role inside of that. And then also the way he interacts with the kids, his perception of the whole thing,
Yeah.
the way he's judging it and judging them and then judging without saying anything, judging it as a whole. And it's so tough to say anything without giving away these twists.
This is such a hard interview. Just this is one of the hardest movies to do like an interview like this for because I want to ask about spoiler and maybe I could and then wait for a couple of weeks, but like, it's so
Right?
hard. It's so hard.
It's so hard. Yeah, no, Kai and I've been struggling to like reveal something without revealing anything, and yeah, no, but it's so fun. I love the interactions, and it really is like, yeah, just his perspective, Kazwar's perspective on how he treats relationships. And his girlfriend's
Absolutely.
obviously the closest person. So like, he's going to treat Maxwell just totally douchey. And it's so funny because everybody's so nice in this movie, from Kai to Max to Giorgia to, they're fantastic.
Yeah, absolutely. Last question before we wrap up. It's for Kai, but then Pierson, I'd love you to kind of chime in with your thoughts because I find it interesting, right? Kai, when do you start thinking about the audience member with a movie like Marshmallow? Like, are you ever conscious of the audience member watching Marshmallow while you're making it, so to speak? Or is that something that happens a little bit afterwards? Because there's a lot of twists and turns and it's very like interactive for the audience member a film like this, right? So
Honestly, I kind of feel it later. I'm kind of in this headspace to, thinking it's real in a way when I'm doing it. And then later on, I'll think about that. But, I'm just it's just really great that you can work with people so amazing that it can feel real,
yeah,
it's just amazing. So, but I'm just so excited for everyone to get to see. I think they're gonna love it.
absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah, Pierson, like the audience, because it's like maybe like after you wrap a scene, you're like, oh man, people are gonna freak at this, right? Maybe it happens.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. I mean, I am the audience. Like I'm a fan. I'm a fan of movies. I'm a fan of horror. Like, so I'm doing things, and obviously you prep it as an actor. You prep the character. You prep the backstory. You prep the scene and the moments and where you're going and what happened. Blah 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 blah. Right? We do all that work so that way when these things are happening, like I'm just as giddy as I'm performing this scene. I'm like, oh my God, this is so cool. This is crazy. There's blood squirting everywhere. It's fantastic.
Absolutely. I had a lot of fun with this movie. I really did. Like, congratulations. Like, I can't wait for people to see it. And that's Marshmallow. Kai, Pierson, so great chatting with you both. Thanks so much for your time.
Thank you.
Thank you for tuning in to Popternative. Make sure to check out our past episodes of Popternative on YouTube.
This has been an Autograph Communications production.